Good morning, students. Today we shall discuss about the third chapter, post Shatavahana age. What is our topic today? The post Shatavahana kingdoms. So when the decline of Shatavahanas during the period of 3rd century, a number of small dynasties came to existence on the base of the Shatavahana kingdom. In that, the first one is Ikshvakus, later Vakatakas, Vishnukundinis, and Chalukyan age. In the part of Chalukyan age, we talk about the Kalyani Chalukyans, Vemulavada Chalukyans, and Mudigonda Chalukyans. And also discuss about the administration system of these kingdoms, and also discuss about social, economic, religion, language, literature, and architecture also discussed between 3rd to 12th century BC in this video. Okay, students, write down. In this class, I am going to explain about the Ikshvakus. What is our topic today? The Ikshvakus. Put the subheading. The Ikshvakus are ruled between 220 to 301 BC. So this is the time period of Ikshvakus kingdom. What is 220 to 301 CE. So what is their capital? Vijayapuri. Vijayapuri is the capital of Ikshvaku kingdom. Vijayapuri nowadays known as Nandikonda. Nandikonda later it been known as Nagarjuna Sagar. So this is our Nalgonda region. Once upon a time ruled by the Ikshvakus. After the decline of Shatavahanas, Ikshvakus came to existence from Vijayapuri. Once upon a time this region known as Sri Parvata. So Vijayapuri, now it is called as Nagarjuna Sagar. So in this class we shall discuss about a briefly information about the political administration, political history of the Ikshvakus. In that, the first ruler was Vasishti Putra Sri Shanta Moola. Write down, students. What is the first ruler? Who is the first ruler? Vasishti Putra Sri Shanta Moola. Okay. He ruled between 220 to 223 CE. 220 to 223 CE. CE means Common Era. So he was the first ruler of the Ikshvakus family. And also he was the founder of Ikshvakus dynasty. Just he ruled only 3 years. But he emphasized the strength of the Ikshvakus kingdom. So I mentioned some key points about Vasishti Putra Sri Shantamula. Write down. First point is he was the founder of Ikshvakus dynasty. Who started Ikshvaku's kingdom? Vasishtiputra Sri Shantamula. And also he was known as Chantamula. What is another name? Chantamula. He was also famous by his name, Chantamula. When he established the Ikshvaku's kingdom, when he established his power, he performed a number of Vedic sacrifices. Why? Because he followed Vedic religion or Vedic Dharma. That's why when he ascended the throne, when he established the new kingdom, when he started the Ikshvaku's dynasty, he performed a number of Vedic sacrifices. For example, Ashwamedha, Rajasuya, Vajapeya, and another Vedic sacrifices was performed by the Sri Shantamula. Why he performed Vedic sacrifices? To indicate his independent status. By the performing of various Vedic sacrifices, he indicates his independent status by the neighboring states. So that's why he performed a number of Vedic sacrifices. And also he established matrimonial alliances with Pugya and Dhanika families. He also maintained a matrimonial alliances by a powerful clans during the contemporary period. Who is that? Pugya and Dhanaka families. He maintained a matrimonial relations at Pugya and Dhanaka. And finally, he was donated gold, cows and lands to the Brahmins. During his time, he donated a number of gold coins, a number of cows, and a lakh of acres land were donated to the Brahmins. So that's why he was a great ruler and a great donator by calling his people. So this is a brief information about Sri Shantamula, Vasishtiputra Sri Shantamula. This was one of the most important, very short answer question in the view of annual examination. Okay, this is most important. Now I am going to explain about second king, Mahariputra Veerapurusha Datta. Mahariputra Veerapurusha Datta is the second ruler of in this dynasty. He ruled between 233 to 253 BC. So what about his brief information? He is the greatest ruler of this dynasty. He is the greatest ruler of in this dynasty. In this means Ikshvaku dynasty. He strengthened his power by marrying Mahadevi Rudra Bhattarika. He strengthened his power. How? He married who is Mahadevi Rudra Bhattarika. Who is Mahadevi Rudra Bhattarika? He was the princess of Shaka kingdom. He was the princess of Shaka kingdom. Shakas were most powerful, or strengthened in contemporary period. That's why he maintained a matrimonial alliance with Shakas by protecting his kingdom. He married the princess of Shaka kingdom. Who is that? Mahadevi Rudra Bhattarika. That's why he was helped by the Shaka rulers. That's why he becoming a great ruler. And he was the lover of peace. This is most important word. He was the lover of peace. That's why he performed a number of Vedic sacrifices, Vedic religion sacrifices. But later he was converted into Buddhism. Later he encouraged Buddhism. During his later period, he followed Buddhist culture. That's why he helped and he built a number of chaityas, viharas and Buddhist constructions. So, whatever it may be, during his period, the glory of Ikshvaku dynasty was reaching peak stage. And next, Yehuvala Shantamula II. One more, another important ruler in this dynasty. Who is that? Yehuvala Shantamula II. What is the time period of Yehuvala Shantamula? 253 to 277 CE. 253 to 277 CE. So he was the son of Mahariputra Veerapurusha Datta. After the death of his father, he succeeded the throne of Ikshvaku kingdom. And he favored and followed Vedic religion by disputing his father. He was favored and followed Vedic religion and he followed Vedic Dharma. And that's why he built many temples for Lord Shiva and another Puranic deities. This was a most important incident by the changing of the art and architecture of the Deccan region. He was the first person to build a big temples to the Puranic deities. This is the first time. He built a number of Hindu temples. These temples applied to Lord Shiva, built for the Lord Shiva and Puranic deities. Ashtabhuja Swami temple. In that I mentioned some examples here. Ashtabhuja Swami temple, Kartikeya temple, Nodiga Swami temple and Devi temple built at Vijayapuri, the capital of Ikshvaku kingdom. Okay, and also he had faced a Pallava invasions in his time. He faced a invasion, foreign invasions like another region. Who is that? Pallava, earlier Pallavas. But by the blessing of Kartikeya Swami, he won in that war and they were defeated by the Yehuvala Shantamula. Okay. At the end, Rudra Purusha Datta, 283 to 301 BC. So he was the son of Yehuvala. After the death of his father, he assumed the throne of Ikshvaku kingdom and he succeeded his father Yehuvala and he ruled 18 years only, and he built a Chaya Stamba at Vijayapuri. He built a Chaya Stamba by the memorial of his mother at Vijayapuri. So this is a brief information about Rudra Purusha Datta, remaining no existence about the Rudra Purusha Datta. Later, the Vishnu Kundinis are defeats the rulers of Ikshvaku and established a new kingdom on the base of Ikshvaku dynasty in our Telangana region. So tomorrow we shall discuss about Vishnu Kundinis and their political history.